Hello Capricorns, how you doing? Welcome to your Energy Tarot going from the 4th to the 10th of November. So, changing times, we're getting so close to the 19th of November when Pluto is finally out of Capricorn. I think we should have a national celebration day. I think every Capricorn will be celebrating that. I know I will be. But the energies that are coming through at the moment, and we saw that on the energy update. If you haven't seen it, do go and have a look at it. It's all about the energies that are coming from within, but there's a lot of air energy in that, mixed with water energies. And we're going to be going into seeing how those energies connect with the elements that are in your Astroflower. And boy, is it good for Capricorn at the moment. It just seems, I would be surprised if it doesn't really flow in a way that's so good for you. So yeah, let's just get into, first of all, let's get into the messages and the tarot reading from the Astroflower. Let's just see what's going on for you, Capricorn. I hope you have a lovely reading. It's let the music play on and play on. Yeah, it's allow. The energy is really beautiful. I've got several songs going through my head. I've got "Here Comes the Sun" and "Let the Music Play." Amazing energies here flowing through you at the moment. It's as if like you're kind of going, like the flowers kind of opening up as if to sort of say, and Capricorn's here. It's okay. I've made it through the Pluto. Let me tell you. And it's as if you're carrying, it's like you're carrying vital information that the world needs to know as we go into the age of Aquarius, but also as we go into Pluto swinging through Aquarius. So it seems like on both sides here, I think on your financial side and on your relationship side, whichever side it is, I think you're blossoming from within you. That's what it feels like. When you get the Eight of Swords, complete opposite to this. This is what I think you're leaving behind more than anything else. I think you're really leaving behind that. I don't, if you're feeling stuck and trapped, you will. It's black and white at the moment. The energies are black and white at the moment. And if you are sort of kind of going, life's not really working for me, that's been Pluto. That's what you need to shake off your shoulders now, Capricorns. If there's any of you thinking like that, you need to shake it off and kind of go, right, in that case, if it's really bad, if it is bad, it really doesn't matter what you do now because it's only going to get better. Things can only get better. Totally, really can only get better. I want to pull a few cards on this. This is about you learning to be you, opening up and really creating your own luck. This is about that flower flowering. It's holding it up. This is what you're leaving behind, that sort of stuck thing from Pluto. And you do get the Three of Swords as well on there, and that the Three of Wands, and that's on your relationships, on your financial side. Just to have a bit of clarification for that sort of thing. I think here is where you've got to choose a direction. There's obviously, I think there's a multitude of directions that you can do because you've had to put up with so much stuff over the past 15 years that you've had to try a lot of different things in life in order to get success. And so you've got a lot of strings to your bow. And here is now sort of choosing the string that releases you, that sends you into the stratosphere of success. Okay, let's just have a quick look what's going on the relationship side for you. Certainly it's on your karmic path to grow and to connect. I think it's like almost as like people are going to start seeing you in a different light. And it's not because you've changed, it's because they've changed. And they've changed the way they look at you. That's the feeling. It's within your karmic path to get that, to be in that sort of position here. And this is where, people have been running around sort of looking for solutions. And then all of a sudden they turn around and kind of go, hey, what? Hang on a second, what, Capricorn there? Capricorn seems to have the solution. Wow. And there is good quality connections with the world around you in socializing. So it's quality rather than quantity this week here. And I've been sensing within you as well, it's almost as like this is too good to be true. This energy that you're feeling at the moment is too good to be true. And it is not the case. It's not too good to be true. It is good enough to be true, sort of thing. There's a lot of I'd just be wary from, being that attitude of sort of stuck in sort of the old way of being when Pluto was really, really whacking on sort of Capricorn. I think it's, you might have put up some more than healthy boundaries. Let's put it that way. You might have put some serious rocks in the way, not just healthy boundaries, some serious rocks in the way. And it's coming up and reminding you again. And I think that gives you that sense of quality rather than quantity in regards to sort of socializing. So, I'd be conscious of those healthy boundaries, but just be wary of them not to imprison you, like with that sort of Eight of Swords there. In the future self, this is good quality, intimate relationships. And I don't mean intimate as in sort of like one-to-one, although there is that as well. But I think this is intimate relationships in regards to the people who, you have a lot of respect for that are around you, and they have respect for you. There's a real mutual sort of connection with the world around you. Really satisfying. Incredibly satisfying, going at the speed that is right for Capricorn as well. Not necessarily running 100 miles an hour, and enjoying the moment. That's what I get out of that sort of side here. On the lessons that come out of this week here, when it's time to flower, it's time to flower. Enjoy the moment in the sunshine. Enjoy your moment in the sunshine. That's what I get out of it. On your karmic path, you have the Hierophant. This could be because in the future there, up here, as I said, it was real intimate relationships. And this could be like, this is you and your message. This is a spiritual master. And it seems like that you have that spiritual mastery within you, that you know the steps in order to get to Nirvana. And it's flowing through you. As I said, I think you're going to become a point of reference. People are changing the way they look at you, because you're staying true to yourself. And because you're staying true to yourself, it really, bodes incredibly well. It creates an enormous amount of luck for you or enjoyment in your life around you. On your connection with the outside world, this is where you get the Queen of Wands. Yeah, look at all those tea lights at her base. But this is only concentrating on one. Very passionate about the here and now. That's what that's all about. And the magic of life with that cat there can really start happening for you. Certainly within the relationship side here. And it's got to be said as well, the Hierophant is a card of marriage, the coming together of marriage, as it were. And that could well be a real coming together within a relationship that really confirms, ultimate bliss and joy and security within that whole sort of sense. In your past, you've got the Ace of Swords. Yes, there is a lot of, there's a lot of defense in offense. In sports, they talk about the best form of defense is attack. And I think this is where you're attacking life. And I think it's brought you to a stage where you actually feel very comfortable within relationships or within a relationship, because you've gone through a lot and you know what you want now. It's very, very clear for you. In your future self, you get the Three of Pentacles. This is the ultimate Capricorn card. Working in harmony with others. And this is what I said about working, not only you bringing forward a message, a good quality message within the spiritual world or within the emotional or the relationship side of life, you're also bringing forth that sense of family, that sense of sitting down, taking time to have a nice cup of tea with someone and talking over life and stuff like that. And it's connecting with not necessarily the mass, but with the essentials. That's what your future seems to be like. And there is a degree from within you that you have to take control of the helm, as it were, in this whole sort of in your future self. In your the lessons that come out of this week here is the Devil card here. Is you. I think you're bringing a lot to the situation of you being you, and there's no walking away from it anymore. There's no denying it. You're in a position here now within I think you feel so at home with who you are, and you now know your emotions so well that here, this side here, it's like kind of going, I'm only going to concentrate on the relationships that also that there is a fair exchange, that that you put in, they put in. In fact, we all win out of the situation. Sort of scenario going on here, and you're cultivating a really beautiful, fulfilling, group of friends, family, relationship, whatever it is that really concerns you. It's just growing into that flower. Let's see what's going on your financial side. See what's happening there. It's like karmically you're taking off. That's what I'm getting here. It's like the anticipation of, I don't know if you saw those rockets of Musk that came up and then came back down and sat on the thing. It was quite amazing sort of thing. And it's like your rocket is loaded, ready to rock and roll, and it's now time to ignite and take off. It's within your karmic path. It seems like there's no way around it. There's no avoiding it. And I think this is about you choosing the rocket, choosing that sort of ultimate sort of ambition to follow. I think that's really important. On the connection to the universe, I think you're bringing in a lot of attention into your life. And the more attention that you can bring into your life about what you're doing, but without having to advertise for it, just because you're going after what you want, it's raising eyebrows. People are looking around kind of going, oh wow, what's Capricorn doing? Sort of scenario. And there's a lot of interest about you, about your movement, about your energies and so forth. And in your past, this is similar to the similar sort of thing that's what's going on here. This is where it's a really balanced. You're in a really beautifully balanced place at the moment. And here is the kind of sort of saying, I know what I've been through, and I've been through difficult times, and I'm not going to go back there because I've already experienced it. I learned from those difficult times. Therefore, karmically, there's no reason why I should go back to it and learn it again. And this is really moving on from an old cycle, but it's that old experiences has created that foundation for you going forward. You're really turning into something. There's a lot of passion in your future here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of sort of making the decisions here and now and working on a project and pushing it forward. You're sinking your teeth into, a real sort of like into sinking your teeth into the meat of your ambitions, basically. And it's giving you everything in return. It's almost like a feedback loop that the more you put in, the more you get out. The more you put in, the more you get out, and it's really building for you. Absolutely lovely energies. And it's the lessons out of this week here is choosing that pathway. And before, I know it, you know it, that for Capricorn over the past 15, 16, 17 years, it may be a case of that you're working on a plan, it looks like it's going to get great success, and then it falls flat on its backside. So then you start another plan. It looks like it's going to get success, and it falls flat on its backside. And this whole sort of da-dung motion it could build into you kind of going, oh, I'm never going to get forward. That attitude there, you've got to stop. I think the majority of Capricorns, you're starting to feel it now that actually there's no stopping me. Oh, normally I would have collapsed by now, but no, I haven't. Oh my word, this could really go for it. And knowing that, I think, is really important. Knowing the pathway that you're going down. On your karmic path, you have the 10 of Wands. Do you need to let go of a lot of things? No, I don't. I think you need to keep a tight ship. Yeah, I think you've accumulated a lot of things, and this is where the choosing may be coming into place here. And this is possibly what's coming up for you in the very near future, not necessarily this week, but in the next sort of like 2 or 3 weeks. I think there's a certain degree of quality that needs to happen within your direction. So you need to streamline a few things. I think that's coming in. I think you're having a belated autumn period, and it comes in very quickly for you in the next few weeks. And this is where it's about choosing that direction. And you might have had to do 2 or 3 jobs in order to get the results for the month. But now you're getting one aspect of one job that's really kicking in. And because it's kicking in, you've got to stop another job. So that's going to put you straight back down to where you were before, but you're becoming much more dependent on one thing. And it's trusting that, I think, is really important. And that's where that streamlining aspect is coming into play for you. The connection to the universe tower. I think this is, like, as I said with Elon Musk, it is the tower. It's like a rocket. It's like I think this is more than anything else. I think this is a tower moment is ultimate success for you. I don't think it's a bad thing. I really don't. I think it's more of a case here that it's. I think the world is sort of changing the way that they look at you. And I think this is on both sides, on your relationship and on your financial side. And I think that tower moment is actually, because the energy was coming in, and I think that tower moment is more about the realization of the people around you rather than that is a tower moment for you. And it puts you in a really, really powerful position. On your past, yes, Empress, you have been combining a lot of different elements. So you've got the Earth here, you've got the Moon there, you've got the Sun that's just behind her. She's got the whole of the solar system rooting for her. It makes her incredibly attractive because she's had to go through a lot of things in order to get there. And she's now sort of like, she's pregnant, ready to give birth to a whole new world. Capricorn, the world card is you. And this is what you've been leading through up to the past. And you know you've had to go through the ringer to get there. But you're there. You're there. And there's no way you're going to give it up easily anymore, Capricorn. You're not going to go back. There's no going back anymore for you, Capricorn. You're sort of saying go big or, it's boom or bust, basically. It's boom or bust for you. And your future self, oh, look at that. You do get the Three of Swords. You had the Three of Swords last week. Now, this is where the streamlining comes into play. Emotionally, here, I think it's in your future. We're on your financial side. It's not your relationship side. This is your financial side. And on your financial side, you've got the Three of Pentacles, right? Which is really good. On this side here, because it's not really tied into money, I just think there's an emotional strain about you choosing the direction that you need to go. And that's why I said, I think in the future self, I think there's a degree of streamlining that needs to happen. And the thing is with the Empress card here, the Empress, normally in the other pack, in the older packs, she sat on a heart tree logged. And it's like she has a control over her emotions. And in the future, I think you do so well that you have to have a control over your emotions in order to get there. You can't allow your emotions to run riot. And I think in the future self, it is a bit of a sort of like streamlining effect. I actually don't think it's going to affect you that badly. I really don't. I think it's going to affect you in a way that's, yeah, there may be certain dreams you may need to give up on in order for other dreams to actually happen. But then you can come back to it in the future. You know that as well as I do. And in your lessons out of this week, you get the Two of Wands, sticking to the plan. You may need to do a bit of traveling and so forth. It may need a bit of organisation, but sticking to a plan that works. And I think this comes in for this streamlining thing. It's talking about choosing your pathway. With the Three of Wands that I was talking about. You get the Two of Wands out the top of the lessons that you should be applying this week here. And it's applied to what the inner energies that's coming through you. So it's about choosing a direction that corresponds to you more than anything else. Okay, let's just have a look and see what's going on with the energies and see how this energy is affecting your elements within your reading. So here we have the Sun out of the energy update that we did this week here. And as I said, it was all about the energies that were coming from within. We've had some eruptions. We had an X-flare that came off of this section here. And then we had some filament eruptions that also came off in our direction. Not major filament eruptions, very small, minor. But that increases that emotional water aspect of life. But the main thing is that the main eruptions are being just side-swiping the Earth, which is creating that Earth energy, that static electricity in the air. And we've seen this on multitudes of different aspects of the energies that have been going through. And one of these filament eruptions, which has been quite important, and I think that's going to be very important over the next year and a half. I think they're going to become very much more important as corona holes come back into the situation. And this bodes incredibly well for Capricorn because filament energy is water, corona holes is earth energy, and that is the near coming future for the energy that's coming through. And that is totally you, Capricorn. You've got half goat, half fish. You know, you've actually got more water inside your Astroflower than you do have earth, but you have that cardinal earth that's going through you. And if we look at the energies that it's been creating on the earth energies, if we look at the D layer, now this is all about radio waves, and as the energy's been going through, it's been ringing the earth like a bell, but in sort of resonance more than actually physically striking it. So you must have seen that when you play a guitar and you put another guitar next to it, it starts they both start resonating at the same chord, even though you haven't even touched the other guitar. And I think this is what is happening and creating that air energy. Now that air energy is all about sort of mental energy, sort of inner visions and so forth. We saw that on the energy update. Let's just have a quick look on seeing how it plays into your flower. Now this is Capricorn here, and you can see here the cardinal earth, which is you, and then you have the cardinal water, which is also you. But then once we start looking inside your sign, you don't have any earth. And this is why you like getting things done, and you will go right to the end. Even if it hurts you, you'll go to the end of it, regardless, because you love getting things finalized and finished, as it were. In the way in which you do it, sometimes you can look for the easiest pathway, but you tend to get things done. Okay, so that's that earth energy, which is a lot less at the moment. We've got a lot less in the way of fire energy, but you've got a little bit of fire that comes through you, but that hasn't really been playing too much within the local energies. It's been mainly the water, earth, water-air combination. And let's just have a look at that. What do you have here? Water, air and water, air and water, air and water. And then air and water. You know, and then up this side here is converting your past into your future. You have that water and your past, your future into the lessons that you need to learn this week. You have the air. It bodes incredibly well for you. And you just got to be a little bit wary about things. And I think that's what the Three of Swords was all about. And there needs to be a little bit of streamlining. So it's a lot about what is going on in the fundamentals on your karmic path, what you need to be doing, what you should be doing in order to sort of complete the inner lessons that are within you. It seems to be really important. But also on your financial side, how you connect to the world around you. And this is where there's an emotional interest within what you're doing financially by people or other businesses or investors or businesses that want to employ you. There's a lot of interest within you, and I would follow that and allow that energy to come into your life, because it's going to, with that fixed air and water there, it's going to give you that stable plan and emotional dress to get the success out of it. So I'd like to have a look at the air that's coming in here, and I'd like to have a look at the water that's coming in here and here. We will pull an extra few cards on those three basic petals to see what's going on from there. So let's just pull up your reading again. So here it is here in front of us. First of all, we're going to see how what the energy is helping you in order to connect between the Three of Pentacles and the outside and the lessons to be learnt, Okay, so that comes in with the Five of Swords. Is that internal conflict or walking away from conflict? I think you're walking away from conflict more than anything else. I think you're walking away from relationships that that's not a fair exchange, basically. But you're not walking away with it to sort of say, right, I have nothing to do with you, I'm walking away. It's just because your interest is being pulled to relationships that are productive or that are that there's a fair exchange rather than ones that are not. As the energy comes through you here, and this is where we're going to be playing here, is you get the Emperor. Now this bodes really well because it comes to meet at the base here. Let me just move this aside. This energy that's coming in, let me just pull those cards out of the way. This is this energy here that we're looking at. And it also bodes into the water that comes through here. And it connects in this section here. And look what you've got just underneath. You've got the Emperor and the Empress. This is where the energy is bringing so much into your life that puts you on a pedestal in compared with other people that are around you, puts you heads and shoulders ahead of other people. I think it's because of the experiences that you've had to go through over the last 15 years. And with those experiences, it's made you wise. And that wisdom is very valuable at the moment because there's so lack of direction in the world that is around us. Let's just see about that water that comes in on the emotional side. Yeah, on your relationship side, it's bringing in an offering of love. And this ties into between the Ace of Swords and the Three of Pentacles for you. That's how it's playing in for you on your relationship side. It comes into, I think the offering from the energy is socializing in a very constructive way that makes you feel good about life. Connects you to the greater community without necessarily having to be in a relationship with everyone. There's only a few people that sort of like create an inner circle that's connected to the outside world. And it's really good for you. On your financial side, you get the Magician. So it's this energy here that's coming between these two here. And in business and in career paths and stuff like that, you're best not having them. When they say don't mix business with pleasure, I guess that's pretty much true, yes. I'm always up for joy, and I've tried everything I do in my life, even on my career path, I try and enjoy it as much as possible. I think that's not what we're talking about here. I think we're talking about sort of like personal emotions that sometimes we attach to the physical world that could cause us a bit of sort of trouble because we're too emotionally implied in it all. Let's just take a quick pick on these three cards here. Let's just see what the energy is saying here. What's the combination between the two? You get the Tower. It's coming out for the Hierophant there. I think it's, as I say, I think it's the world that sees you in a different way. I think the Tower is for the world outside and not for you. I think the world's starting to get their heads around the idea of Capricorn. On your financial side with the Ten of Wands, you get the Four of Pentacles. Did it not come out as well? No, it didn't. Four of Pentacles. This is streamlining. This is all about streamlining. This is about putting quality, energy, effort into your career path, into your business, into your products. Only, streamlining. Quality rather than quantity. Most definitely quality rather than quantity within your life. Look at that. With the Tower cards, on your connection to the universe outside, you get the Page of Pentacles. And that's what I said, is learning to be you. And I think this is, people are bringing in a lot of luck to your life because they are going through this Tower moment. And it's giving you a lot of energy so you can, complete whatever you want to complete in your career path. Absolutely beautiful, Capricorn. Really, really productive week. And as I said, I don't think this is really going to stop within you for quite some time. So be prepared to advance and evolve very quickly over the next, I would say, year and a half, to be honest. Really, really good energies for you. So there you go. If you haven't seen the energy update, please do go and see it. It's be about the top of my head at some point. Yes, thanking you very much for all the support you give to this channel. Absolutely beautiful. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.